Hey everyone, Opaque Flake here, welcoming you back to the year Final Fantasy with Final Fantasy 5. Anyways, now that I got the tower destroyed, the fork tower, I can go down here again. And since I haven't seen Sid and or Mid anywhere, they have to be here. Or a boss battle. A boss battle against Sid and Mid. Or not. Hey, got the submarine, which is good. So now, I get the final job. And the final job, acquiring it, not that hard, just annoying. I have to go a little bit further up. Sure, why not? So the whole final job thing, it's actually a job we could have gotten in the Fire Crystal Fiasco, but because what happened? The whole thing blew up, that's right. And that's a thing. But somehow the crystal submerged into this part of the world, I guess. Or was it the water crystal? I don't remember. Anywho, if you want, you can have dash on. I should be fine without it, because all I'm gonna do is run away. And yes, that's how the sprites look like. You fight enemies you fought in the past, and that's pretty much it. Essentially, you want to go to the very beginning. And you're good. Also, kind of from here on out, I kind of remember most of everything. Like summons, stuff, places. But not everything entirely. For example, there are 2 underground caves. And I don't remember which one had the secret weapon. It's not like an amazing weapon, but it's pretty good. And that chest I never could get, I can grab it now. If I want. And I'm going to, because I'm walking. Not that it really matters, but hey, I'm going to waste it anyways. It had a box of air. Or a chest full of air. Truly the greatest treasure of them all when you're underwater. Holding your breath for 7 fucking minutes. That's not how lungs work, butts. What the fuck? In any case, I'm focusing on running away because the chicken knife. I want to level that up without purposely grinding. I plan to run away from almost everything until I hit one of the dungeons I think is hard. There's a dungeon here that is rather taxing unless you go Geomancer. It's a fire dungeon or lava dungeon. I don't know. But it's in the ground, it's hot, and it's kind of tough. So Go-Go, I know him more from Final Fantasy VI, but I don't know if they're the same person. There's a really tough fan theory to who Go-Go is in Final Fantasy VI. In any case, I'm gonna use the speed up tool on the emulator. This is the only time I'm gonna do it, because you essentially have to stand still for like 5 minutes or something. There you go. That's an easy 50 ABP. And the best job in the game. Also, if you don't want to walk out because you're still timed, bam, bam, bam. I'm surprised they let you do that. I really am. So now that I got the, how you say, a mimic class that lets me use up to 3 abilities and lets me equip almost anything in the game, I can now go to the next area, which is, this one, I think. Alright. So what's this force? So the town of Mirage. Apparently these guys used to live in the clefted dimension. Eeriest music ever for a town, honestly. Anywho, there's a bunch of hidden passages in this game. This is where you get the final piano. And this has to be that place where I thought of, that I've kind of hinted towards. Where you can need to get the final piano because there's so many secret passages. It's also the most expensive inn in the game. At least, that's what I think so. 70 is quite a bit. So forgive me for knowing everything because I know everything. I know it all. There we go. A thief's knife. So there's gonna be this one NPC here. I don't know who it is, But he's gonna say there's 2 people in every store, but you can't see them. And that's where all the hidden stuff comes from. And I'm not gonna show that off, me riding around the world with the chocobo, because that's just gonna take way too long. Lousy NPCs blocking the path. Why would he do this to me? I'm sure you're wondering why haven't I changed Kara into a mimic yet? Because she's the only one who's ready for it. I'm like, I kind of want her to learn Ribbon. Although I might not use it for the final battle. There might be some fights where I need to use Ribbon. So if you want to buy throwing stuff, here they are. The pinwheel, the shuriken, double lance, full moon. The scrolls, the double lance, that one weapon that did 2 attacks in one. And there you go. So the secret room should be around here. Personally, I never figured out what that door was about. I think it's supposed to be like a door that opens you to the cleft dimension. There we go. And before I go on, let's go play this piano. Yay, now I have a new song, I think. I don't know. Let's find out. It's supposed to be like a powerful song or something. I don't think I got it. I have to talk to someone. In any case, Black Chocobo. Kudo Chocobo. I'll talk to you real quick. You kind of need him anyways. Lousy tree. Get in my way. For his cute little dance. Yeah, it's weird. You actually get a battle animation to get into this place. There's a few more things to check out here. Namely the magic store. Because you get the best magic in the game here, aside Holy Flare and Meteor. So I don't know why they put this here, but then I realized there are some people who don't know how to get these spells. Like Toad and Size and all that fun stuff. And if you can't get them, you get them through there. There we go. I'll take all of it. Namely X Zone and Quick. X Zone's gonna be useful. Quick, much more useful for my strategy with Varus. But I gotta have her finish Spellblade. Speaking of which, it's gonna be a while. Same thing for Butts. Lena's working on her rhythm H still. Kara gets to chill, because she doesn't have to do much. Sounds like a hint, honestly. By the way, when he says the Phoenix Tower, you need the Black Chocobo to get there, as well as fight Bahamut. But that place sucks. That's like the Sylph Cave. But the Sylph Cave is not that bad in comparison to the Phoenix Tower here, because you have all this shit to play with to combat it, as well as items. So it's like, yeah, sure, status effects, whatever. Lots of enemies, okay. But I get to buy a bunch of shit. You want some crystal stuff, you go buy here. This old one. Alright, the rings. The rings. You're gonna need some of these rings for like the super bosses. This game has super bosses, by the way. I have no idea what this does though. The tiara and the running? I'm not gonna find out right now. Want to say my Gale for a bit. I am thinking about buying a bunch of elixirs. Not 100% sure on what I'm gonna spend on them yet. And that's why he's not invited to the parties anymore. So either these guys are really old, or time has stopped for them. I haven't really figured it out, but this music is really eerie and it kind of does give me a bad vibe. Right, I already showed off the item shop. Anyways, next place to go is, without the chocobo that is. Remember how I was talking about those statues on the ground, this castle, to fight Odin? Well, now that the worlds are merged, I can go do that. But you gotta go through this whole shit again. So I'll see you when I get out. So that dead end I found it the first time, where you could climb up and then you fall down, it leads up here. And before I go on, cool. By the by, I went back inside the, what was it, the Wind Shrine? And I got level 5 Doom. I had to make Reina do it though. Because these guys are weak against level 5 Doom. Yeah, I'm breaking the game now, but normally you would fight them. I could fight them, but it just makes it way too easy. I scanned them at first and I'm like, hey, so why won't level 4 quarter and level 3 firework? Oh, there are multiple of 5. I better go back and get level 5 Doom. Level 5 Doom. Any case, this place isn't really a dungeon. It's just a time waster to get to Odin. Cool thing though is that these guys have with level 5 Doom, these guys give you great amounts of AVP. And since Kara is also my mixologist, I could just mix a half elixir and fix that all. That's a lot of AVP, man. Right, so Odin, like in previous versions of any games, you are on a time limit, but this one is strictly 1 minute. They will tell you 1 minute. Every action, unless you have it in wait, will take up time. Even the animations. So, do that real quick. Now before I fight him, there are 2 ways. Well, there's one for sure way you can beat him, and that's by casting Break on him. I did not know this. I did not know this at all. But there you go. The way I did it was a hard way, and nuked his ass. So for the sake of time and entertainment, I'm gonna fight him my way, which is with stuff. Also, the way I beat him was just guild toss his ass. I didn't want to do it, but I had to. Of course, what I'm gonna do is the exact opposite. By the way, you can use Break Sword on him too, and that'll kill him. Where are you, buddy? There you are. Using this stuff, I should be good. So here's hoping I can beat Odin the way I want to. If not, I can just switch up the class, use Guild Toss, resort to it, haste, and all that fun stuff. I mean, my Ferris strategy won't work that well because if I want to use the two-handed, which I'm going to right now, I'm gonna need to use Mime on her for quick two-handed swords. So that's not gonna work out that well, but at least I got Flare, which is the reason I did Fork Tower before I did this. So here we go. I'm honestly surprised Kara went first. So as you can tell on the bottom left, there's time. The music has gone haywire, and there you go. And now I should be protected from Ma's attacks. Or maybe not that. For the sake of time, I didn't want to use X-Fight at the very beginning, so I was holding on to it for a bit. Oh yeah, the Thief Knife. It's pretty strong. In fact, it's stronger than the EP. By the by, the Thornlet, it casts the opposite of Regen on you, even though you get more, I guess, defense and magic defense. Not worth it. I mean, even if you have Regen casted on you, it's still not worth it. So I guess if you want to grind, this would be a good spot. I would recommend against it because there's an even better spot at the very end of the game, but I learned that through my player's guide. So what I'm gonna do is walk out and get the ABP I can get, because I think that's fair. As well as run away from the squirrels for my chicken knife. So I'll see you in the next spot. By the way, you can open the door under the castle if you want. That's a quicker way, but I decided to go through the squirrels because I wanted to... Oh right, the chocobo thing. Well, I wanted to do the level up chicken knife thing. So for the whole chocobo around the world thing, you essentially have to do what he said. Go around the world with the chocobo. And since the bottom has been connected with the two worlds merging, you can do just that. So Boko's right here. And before I do any of that, I need to grab one more item. And I will show that off. Also, this song's just badass. It takes me back to this one Flash animation by the legendary Frog or legendary Lilypad. Maybe it's Flash Brothers, I don't know. And me being young and impressionable, I grew up with it. I like it. I still listen to it to this day. By the way, you do need Boko to do this. Probably should have checked with the flying, but hey, I'm almost there. Now to go around the world. Well, that was fun. So if you want to see the path I took, you take the Chocobo or Boko, go around here, down here, down here, around here, come around this path. Yeah, you gotta go this way, by the way. Keep going down, that whole big ass long path. All of this. Fly up, once you hit Val Castle, keep on going straight. Jimmy your way up here, go up here, around the circuit, there you go, and you're done. And that's pretty much all there is to it. But once you get off the Chocobo, you can either take them back, running all the way up here, but what I used was the black Chocobo, and flip out that forest. I mean, that's what I do. Let's see. Should be around here. Close enough. Unfortunately, you do have to go through this little itty-bitty cave segment. I think you can miss out on Shot if you don't get him in the second world. I don't know about that. In any case, you fight the same thing stuff here. I'm not gonna fight it because Chicken Knife, also, they're pretty annoying. They're high defense, but they're still easy to take down. Just summon Odin or Titan or whoever you want. And I'm gonna skip this fight because you've seen it before. Apparently there's another place I can go before this. Because this is my third slab. But X fight with flare sword on? Yeesh, brutal. Anyways, basic dungeon. Waterfall can push you down, can't go up. New enemies as well though. Oh, these girls. I think she transforms that frog into something. So let's show off Odin. Odin doesn't instant kill the gargoyles, by the way. He just throws this, Gungnir, or the Lance of the Covenant. Honestly, run away from these fights because they just take forever. They're damage sponges. The only downside to the Thief Sword, though, it adds a little bit more lag, I guess. Because it does try to steal something, but I don't know. I mean, against Odin, probably wasn't a smart idea, but Spell Sword does override it. Same thing with the Chicken Knife, I think Spell Sword does override its always running away attribute, I guess. Yet again, more new enemies. But this time I ain't gonna go easy on them. I'm gonna put Flare on. And once I finish showing off the new enemies, I'm gonna buggy out because I still want to keep running away. Right now that's a prime focus, running away. Well, it's more effective than Goblin Punch, at least that's for sure. Yeesh, I didn't think Sudra would do that much damage. Now I feel kind of bad using Flare. I don't know how long I'll be able to get away with Caribbean on low health because I do like using the question mark attack as well as Goblin Punch. By the way, this dungeon is kind of a dick. I got stuck in this dungeon once, and then I realized... This I remember. You have to fall down on a hole purposely. And there goes Kara. These mercury bats with their claws. Oh, you guys died so quick. Oh well. Sorry, Kara. You won't be getting some ABP. Them's the rules. But then again, you already got a bunch of ABP and you already mastered what you need to. Dancer's just an extra. Fuck it, I'll check this one. I think the other stairs take you up there on the top left. Because one of these waterfalls is a fake. Wow, I don't even need passage for it. The game just tells me. So this is the place where I was mentioning that there is a fake walls for badass weapons. And they are picking on Lena like a motherfucker. Not bad, not great. It's still balanced in terms of damage. I mean, you can do more with summon, of course, but Arrow 3 is still pretty good. Only downside is the magic. Of course, I can just combine half elixirs. Golden hairpins, I tells ya. Very, very useful. Sweet. So rune blades are magic blades, usually always in Final Fantasy games, but this one's pretty weak. Why are you weak? Did I pass it already? I feel like I did. Defender is night only. I hate that night only shit. Same thing for the real Excalibur. Night only. Well, that's weird. It says Mystic Knight, but I can't use it. I think it's supposed to empower your magic strikes if you have Spell Sword on. So that's not the blade I was thinking of. It's another one then. Might be the Thunder Edge. Well, someone volunteered. See this item? You need dash to get it. That's the only way you can get it. And the person who volunteered was Kara. Because she died. And there you go. Guard ring. Forgot what it does. I think it casts protect when you're about to die or something of that manner. Where's my chicken man? Hey, it's better than the dancing blade now. That's pretty good, right? It's actually really close to the air lance already. It's getting there. Alright, let's continue on. I got more battles to run away from. So far, I have not run into a first timer for the Final Fantasy series that becomes a staple. Like the Runage and I think the Mirage Vest, they're first time items that become staples, or staple weapons or equipment in Final Fantasy. Hey, new enemy, Fall Guard. Let's kill it. I honestly have no idea what's giving Kara the blink status effect. I think she's wearing the Mirage Vest though. Anywho, I'm gonna punch him. Wow, you're still alive. Go you. You know what, Odin? Have fun. Part of me hates that they call it True Edge here, because the real name is, of course, Untitled. But that's just me. I predict by the time I exit this dungeon, my chicken knife will be strong enough, and a wall ring. That's wall casted on you, which is reflect. I ain't fighting nothing but ball guards or fell guards. Speaking of which, sometimes I forget. You're gonna need a Geomancer here. I'm telling you that right now. Well, you're not gonna need it, but you're gonna need to remember where stuff was, because there are a lot of false holes here. For example, there should be one here. Or not. Maybe it's right here. Or not. There are false holes here. I just don't know where they are. But they're here. And I guess I'm just getting lucky. Nope, found one. So if you want to get the stone tablet, you gotta fall down through that hole. It took me forever to realize that, but once you fall down a hole, you gotta fall down another hole, and I just couldn't really figure that out. That was painful. course. Oh, wait. Okay, good. I thought those spikes gave you at 1 health. And I fought a good enemy to run away from, so I kinda lucked out. But look at how much damage it did to us. It's probably over 50% just by getting hit by those spikes. And that switch that I ignored, that also lowers down the spikes, but I guess it didn't trigger the trap for that. They kind of look like they closed, but that's because of the shadow, I guess. I guess when you're in darkness, it doesn't show that it's opened. But yeah, that's kind of cool in a way. Kind of tricks you. So I'm just gonna show this off. If you let them do its thing, they will transform. Or she'll transform. I think she gives up her soul to the frog or something. Because I got in a back attack, and it took me a while to run away. And it transformed into a red dragon on me. So I'm just gonna wait it out. In the meantime, I guess I should set up the magic sword. A Hydra. Bolt, I guess? Hey, it actually works. So missile is kind of like gravity, or demi, or quarter in this game. Surprised it worked. I was also suspecting a thunder dragon or another red dragon, but hey, that works too. Enhancer. This must be the sword. Yep, this is a sword. Wait, aren't you dual wielding? No, you have time on you. With this boss, dual wielding would help. So let's go with that. Chicken's close to the thief dagger already too. And the assassin. So that's pretty cool. We're getting there. That should be good. Alright, I'll see you down in the next hole where I say you're supposed to fall. Alright, so once you fall down that hole I mentioned, it takes you down here, to the tablet room. And I don't know if you can actually use exit here, but if you can, I would recommend against it. This should be an easy enough fight. I mean, sure he hits kinda hard, but it should be easy enough still nonetheless. So I think it was this for haste. I'm gonna give that to you. For now anyways. I mean, she's my healer, and I only have Cure 2, so kinda gonna need to do that. I think I used Ice 3 on Ferris, so fucked up on that one already. I think this fight is supposed to be hard, but I always found ways to counter it really well. For example, Golem really does help out a lot. Also, X-Fight, Spellblade with Thunder, it hurts him a lot. Anywho, now that Ferris finally has Bolt Sword on, I can actually do what I originally wanted to do, which was, I think it was Maiden's Kiss. I'm trying to remember now. There we go. I don't know if he's gonna survive this, but if he can, I can show off Ferris' devastating power right now. Do it. You can't tell me that's not brutal. Nah, I should be good. And even Kara wants to get on the action. And again, if I was really worried, I could have just used, well, made Lena some type of mage to cure with Cure 3 or something like that. Let me look at my stats real quick. Almost done with Mystic Knight, kind of, halfway there. Dancer, almost there. Lena still has a ways to go. Cool. So anyways, with that said done, thank you for watching this part. Let's play Final Fantasy V with me, Opaque. I'll see you in the next part. Okay, thanks, bye!